Hello, world. Welcome to Two Guys on the Couch. I am George.
Nah, I'm Joe. We're here to wade through the bullshit and give you our opinions on upcoming movies and games. This week we're going to look at the new animated movie from DC, Warner Brothers, Batman Superman Apocalypse.
I gave my word I would not come for the girl. Your death, however, is long overdue, Superman.
Starring Kevin Conrad as Batman from Batman the Animated Series, and the guy from Wings as a Superman. This is a sequel, kind of like a sequel to Batman Superman Public Enemies.
I haven't seen Public Enemies, but everything I've heard about is fantastic.
It's a fantastic show. It's fantastic. It's like, I watch these and why the fuck can they make live action like this?
And even though you say it's a sequel, it really doesn't have anything to do with it.
No, it doesn't.
It just takes place after it.
Well, where Supergirl comes from is the meteor that he destroys in Public Enemies.
Yeah, this for the most part, it's about the arrival of Supergirl, and then her adjusting, to Earth, and then she gets kidnapped and goes to Apocalypse.
Now, the one thing I want to point out is this is called Batman Superman.
Wait a minute. Strike that. Reverse it. Thank you.
Even though I felt they kind of let Batman out of it most of the time.
Yeah,
except when he's actually on Apocalypse, and they didn't talk about Wonder Woman, who has a really big role in this.
Probably a bigger role than Batman.
Yeah, it should have been Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Apocalypse. Wonder Woman, I have to admit, she is fucking badass in this.
But I love what they did with Wonder Woman in this. She is badass.
Yes.
I want to see the Wonder Woman animated movie. I've heard that's really good. But
And from what I haven't seen it either, and I have seen pictures, and it looks like they used the same style of her animation in it.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept her form. Now, the one thing I want to point out is, while I thought Batman looked pretty cool, something was going on with Superman.
Something was really wrong with his face.
It's... he looks too feminine. And honestly, it's like, why does he look like this?
Mm-hmm. Overall art style of it falls in line with a lot of the other animated stuff that DC and Warner Brothers have been doing, but it felt a little lackluster.
I actually thought the animation was done really well. It was nice and smooth. There was always motion. There wasn't the whole, anime standstill, screenshots with the mouth just moving.
But it felt more like something that would have been animated for TV as opposed to something animated for a movie.
Honestly, I really want to know why they don't put these out in theaters. They're theater worthy, in my opinion.
But as far as the animation, the art style, and everything goes, it was just fine.
What's that supposed to mean? Exactly. Not bad, but not great.
I loved it, except for Superman's face.
His face was fucking horrible.
I don't know what the fuck they did with it, but they should have kept the way he looked in Public Enemies. He looked fine in Public Enemies. This one, they gave him really big eyelashes and very feminine features.
It's like whoever drew Superman thought they were drawing Supergirl, and then they're like, oh shit, I'm drawing Superman.
Yeah.
So they put Supergirl's face on Superman's body.
I have no idea what the fuck they were doing. But of course, Batman, always hardcore.
But it was better looking. Well, maybe not better looking, but he didn't have the really fucked up facial features he had in, what was that? The story's pretty cut and dry. Apparently, I haven't read it, but it's based on a comic.
It's based on the comic. It pretty much follows the comic to a fucking T, honestly. Supergirl arrives. She crash lands in a meteor that Batman had destroyed in Public Enemies.
Mm-hmm. And he pretty much finds her, and then...
But she kind of freaks out to begin with.
Yeah.
She goes on a rampage across Gotham City, and so you have this superpowered woman running around, scared to death, and just destroying shit.
And she doesn't know about her powers yet, because she doesn't know that she can do any of the stuff she does. She accidentally pretty much does billions of dollars worth of damage to the city.
Just breaks the shit. It's a really good scene.
Mm-hmm.
And they find out who she is, and Superman takes care of her, tries to teach her.
Sends her off to Wonder Woman to teach her even more.
Well, I don't really think it was sent off. It's because Wonder Woman came up and just pretty much says, yeah, she's coming with me.
Well, it was her and Batman's idea.
Yeah.
But then Darkseid wants her...
The leader of the Furies, because Big Barda is now on Earth, living in a peaceful community, because she got tired of killing for Darkseid all the time.
So he kidnaps her and he has to
brainwash. He does what Darkseid does. He pretty much manipulates, brainwashes, and controls her.
I mean, very well done. For a simple story, I thought it was very well done, and especially because I don't read a lot of superhero comics, and I pretty much don't read any DC stuff. So, not have read the comic, I could follow it pretty well.
Yeah. Well, personally, anything that's got Darkseid in it, I'm going to watch it because he is he's like Superman, but evil, incredibly evil, and more powerful.
I could destroy you with a single blast of my Omega beams.
And he's just so fucking badass. And the ending battle is just, I love it. It's so hardcore. That is what it should be in theaters.
I mean, it could have been cooler had it been in the city. Like, he doesn't fight him in the city.
Well, no, but that's the same thing that happened in the comic book.
Well, I understand that. They're following the comic. But I'm
like
saying
if they fought him in the city...
It would have been like the Doomsday fight.
Yeah, Metropolis would have been destroyed. I mean, you got someone who's actually more powerful than Doomsday attacking Superman and Supergirl. And they're destroying they completely destroyed the Kent farm. The battle was so intense it actually created a thunderstorm tornado.
But I want to say, like, Superman, he isn't really that powerful. He's not as powerful as he's been in other things in this. He gets, like, there's one time where he actually uses, like, his optics and creates, like, this massive blast. And it drains him.
Yeah, it drains him, and it just completely decimates a shitload of clone Doomsdays.
But it's like a one-off thing. Like, it's a powerful move, but he can only do it once.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So it's like they kind of weakened him up for some reason.
And they made Supergirl a lot stronger than him, I guess because of her youthful Kryptonian skin cells.
I challenge you to find a single reference to Kryptonian skin cells.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, it's weird how they did that, but honestly, I had no problem with it. It was done really well.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the story of things, I mean, for me, it felt a little weird that Supergirl was so much younger than Superman, even though they both left Krypton at the same time. But I'm guessing because she was just trapped in her capsule in space, she didn't age.
Yeah, so technically, Supergirl is older than Superman, but because he was found sooner than Supergirl, he aged and became older. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a weird, what the fuck?
Well, I'm assuming that's the way it is, but again, I've never read really the comics, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But they didn't explain it in the movie, which that's something they probably should have.
Well, there's also, like, 5 other Supergirls. I mean, there's Power Girl. I know her. She's like from a different dimension. And what's cool about Power Girl is the fact that her tits are a big joke in the DC world. There was actually, when she kept getting handed off to different artists, there was a joke among them, and every time they do it, they would increase her breast size.
For a rating out of Chunks of Kryptonite, I'm going to go 8 out of 10. I think they could explain stuff a little more. The animation is a little wonky in spots. The character design of Superman is fucking gay. But very enjoyable. Definitely pick up the Blu-ray or the DVD. I really liked it.
I'm going to have to go one higher. I'm going to have to go 10. I'm going to have to go 9 out of 10 Kryptonite Rocks. Because the animation, I like the animation. I didn't care for Superman's face. But besides that, the action was done incredibly well. The fight sequences was done really well. Darkseid is by far one of my favorite fucking villains next to Thanos. I know it's completely opposite universe, but they're pretty much the same character.
Yeah.
I mean, they're badass motherfuckers. And it was just, the ending fight sequence alone was like a half hour long, and it was so fucking worth the build-up.
Yeah, that is probably one of the better fight sequences I've seen in any movie. Like,
oh, yes.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's like, this is what, Superman Returns missing. A fight! I was like, I could go on a whole fucking tirade about that fucking movie, but I'm not going to. Calm down. I mean, but I'm going to have to give this one 9 out of 10.
I know Darkseid's fortress like the back of my hand. You need me, so get over it.
I'm over it. What about you two?
That's going to do it for the media review here on Two Guys on the Couch. I'm Joe.
And I am George.
We'll see you next time here on the couch.
Well played. Had the Kryptonian or the Amazon taken that gamble, they would have lost. They do not have the strength of character to destroy an entire planet to achieve success. You, a human, you kill your own kind to win battles. An admirable quality.